The dying Polnareff made a wish on Aladdin's lamp, but in the end, the only response he got was from his old best friend Abdul, who had died to save him.
Mohammed Abdul! Yes, I am!
Before officially stepping foot in Egypt, Joseph and the crew came to a lonely island to meet an old acquaintance. The moment they hit the island, Jotaro noticed a dark-skinned man watching them from the bushes. Once spotted, the man quickly bolted, fleeing all the way back to his own courtyard. When Joseph and the others caught up, they found that the man looked and sounded exactly like Abdul, and he loudly yelled at them to get lost. Everyone was completely shocked. Joseph told everyone that it was Abdul's father, and the reason he was so furious was probably because he didn't want to hear the news of his son's death from them, since it was such a painful thing to face. Hearing this, a wave of guilt instantly rushed over Polnareff, because if he hadn't refused to listen to warnings back then, maybe Abdul wouldn't have died. Too ashamed to face Abdul's father, Polnareff walked toward the ocean, filled with regret. While Polnareff sat on the beach, racking his brain over how to atone to Abdul's father, he caught sight of something shiny and golden in the sand nearby. Getting a closer look, he found it was an Aladdin's lamp, which even had a creepy face carved onto it. Suddenly, the lamp burst with a blinding purple light, and a genie calling himself Cameo appeared before Polnareff, claiming he could grant any 3 wishes. But Polnareff suspected he was a new stand user instead and summoned Silver Chariot to attack him. Yet, Cameo just casually flicked his fingers and effortlessly blocked Silver Chariot's attack, showing that his power was nothing to scoff at. But he remained completely obsessed with getting Polnareff to state his wish. So, Polnareff casually made a wish to become incredibly rich. Polnareff originally thought he was just bluffing, but he never expected to actually find a pile of priceless gold and silver treasures in the bushes nearby. Though Polnareff still had his doubts about Cameo being for real, when he showed up again to ask what the second wish was, Polnareff's resolve started to waver. He immediately blurted out that he wanted to be a manga artist, but on second thought, felt that having a cute chick would be way sweeter. Right as Polnareff was going back and forth, it suddenly hit him, and he realized that if Cameo could truly grant any wish, he should just choose to bring the dead back to life. So, Polnareff experimentally made 2 wishes to resurrect his little sister and his best friend Abdul, and to his surprise, Cameo actually agreed. As Cameo vanished into a cloud of purple smoke once again, the very next second, a rustling came from the bushes behind Polnareff, and walking closer, he found a human-shaped pit in the dirt. Inside the pit, Polnareff discovered strands of a woman's hair, along with a woman's footprints right next to it. Scanning the area ahead, he spotted a completely naked young girl crying with her face buried in her hands. At this moment, Polnareff's heart was an anxious mess, unable to believe the girl before him was his sister, yet desperately craving for it to be her, until the second she spoke, and his tears came bursting out, as it was definitely his sister Sherry's voice. Just as Polnareff tried to get close, his sister bolted away at lightning speed. Without a second thought, Polnareff chased after her, desperately longing to look upon his sister's face once more.
シェリー、こっちを向いてくれ。もっと顔をよく見せてくれ。
Polnareff never in a million years imagined that the sister he yearned for so deeply would now turn out to be a bloodthirsty monster. Polnareff quickly summoned Silver Chariot to back his sister off, and yelled out for Cameo, demanding he make her disappear. Rather than seeing his sister brought back in such an ugly state, he would much prefer to bury the beautiful memories she left him forever in the dirt. But Cameo only cared about granting wishes, washing his hands of everything else. That is when Cameo revealed that he was the stand representing the judgment card, whose ability was to project human desires onto the soil, thereby bringing